I always give away too much. It's like I've got no sense of touch.
Hey y'all, happy Sunday and welcome to another Vlogtober vlog. And this is happy Steeler Sunday, so I got on my little Steeler lounge dress. But we about to make a roast because I have had a hankering for a good old-fashioned roast for a while. So it's 10 o'clock in the morning, exactly 10 on the dot. So I'm getting started about an hour later than I wanted to, but hopefully this roast, I'm not going to say hopefully, this roast is going to be nice and tender by like 6, 7 o'clock when it's time for dinner. And I'm sorry, I was rude. Welcome to the channel. If you are new, please consider hitting the subscribe button. We would love to have you a part of the Lifer Tribe. And I am your girl, Stae, and this is Living Life with Stae. I've really been getting a little comfortable on these vlogs, I guess because I'm doing them every day and I'm just so used to chitting and chatting with y'all that I have been losing my manners in the beginning and not saying hello to the newbie. So please forgive me, but my OGs, my Lifer Tribe members, they know I don't mean any harm, and they'll let y'all know. But anyway, we are going to make an old-fashioned roast. I've already chopped up my onions. I got my garlic here, my melted butter. I don't do a whole lot of seasonings because this is a good cut of meat, so you do not want to mess with that natural flavor. My meat is already washed, so we're ready to get into it. So the first thing that I do, I like to put my beef broth and a little bit of the brown gravy pack in first because I feel like when you pour it over, and this is just the crock pot bowl, but I just feel like when you pour it over the top, then you're losing whatever seasoning you put on both sides. You know what I mean? So I like to put it in first. So I put in this whole thing of beef broth, and you can use water. I mean, some people use water because it's not like we're not going to season it at all. So that's the beef broth, and then we are going to put in, I use the old-fashioned gravy packs. Y'all know I'm a woman of a certain age, so I don't know what is the latest and the greatest, but this is what we doing. And I'm only going to put one in for now and just mix that really good. As a matter of fact, let me get one of my whisks. But yeah, today is going to be a lazy day at the house. I'm still going to work. I know I'm still going to work, but I don't really have to get dressed. I don't have anywhere to be. So that's exciting. It'll just be me and the TV and the laptop. And of course, the hubby and the puppy. So I just kind of whisk that in to where, you know, there's no more powder. Then we are going to add some garlic. I would say I'm not a measurer, so it's about a tablespoon of garlic rather, into that. Then about a tablespoon of melted butter I add to that. Mix that all in there. It already smells good. What y'all cooking today? I'm also going to be making some cornbread to go with this. And yes, I use the Jiffy cornbread mix, but we doctor it up a bit. So, yeah. Ain't no need to be scraping corn off the cob and all that. Jiffy works fine. You just got to know what to do with it. And so then I'm going to put about half of my onions. And this is about 1/4 of an onion. Y'all saw me chop that up. I'm going to put about half of those in this little mixture. And y'all know I'm messy, so stuff done got all up on the sides. And then we're going to season the meat. And that's why I season both sides of the roast, but that's why I like to put the liquid in first, because if I season both sides, when I put the one side down, because the juice, the liquid is not going to cover the whole thing just yet. So when I put the one side in, then those seasonings, I believe, are just going to float into, you know what I mean, the liquid. So that's why I put the liquid in first, because if you pour it over top, then it's going to get the top and the bottom. So this is just a little pink Himalayan sea salt, black pepper, and this is going to be my bottom side. That pepper gets me every time, y'all. Ugh. But this is going to be my bottom side, so I'm not going to season it too heavily. And then this, oh, this isn't what I thought it was, but that's fine. The original Creole seasoning, Tony, what is Cheers? I thought it was Slap Your Mama. I picked up the wrong thing, but that's fine. It's the same type of seasoning. Just a little bit of that. And then I am going to put this in the broth now, because I also don't want my seasonings to remain on the plate. And then I'm going to season it on this side. Black pepper. And I'm going to go a little more generously on this side, because this side is going to be up for a while. And then some pink Himalayan sea salt. I never go heavy on the salt. And then this Creole seasoning. And then I'm going to take my remaining onions and put them on top, along with whatever remaining garlic, which is just a little bit of garlic. And this is just minced garlic. You can do it yourself or buy it in the jar or whatever. Yeah. So that's that. And so then we have our roast in here, nice and seasoned. Oh, the kitchen smells so good already. Then I'm just gonna throw it in the crock pot over here. I don't even know if y'all can see the crock pot. Here's a crock pot, and I'm just gonna put it on high for now, and we'll turn it down later. But yeah, my crock pot is old and raggedy, but it is the bomb. And yes, I got it from QVC, and I've probably had it for about 20 years. So I'm gonna secure that. I'm gonna add some vegetables. I'm doing some red potatoes, and I'm doing some string beans and a mixed vegetable medley. The string beans and mixed vegetable medley are from Sam's Club. I'll show y'all when I add it. They're frozen. Fresh potatoes, I never do the frozen potatoes because they turn to mush almost immediately. And I usually use fresh vegetables too, but we had these frozen vegetables, and they're like super crisp. I like them. They're not mushy at all. However, when you try to just use the microwave instructions to steam them for dinner, I don't know, they're just kind of rubbery. And so we still had some left over. So I'm thinking if I add them to the roast and kind of let them simmer in the juices of the roast, it'll do something for that texture. So we're just going to try it, but the potatoes and everything. But I let the roast cook for a couple of hours until I add the potatoes and the rest of the vegetables because I don't want it to mush. So by the time I'm ready to add the vegetables, it's already going to be just about done. And then we'll also be making the cornbread a little bit later. But I might pick y'all up throughout the day. We may do a little bit more than this recipe, but our main focus is gonna be this dinner. And I really wanted to do some greens with this. That's what I had kind of envisioned. But if y'all remember, I made the greens a couple of days ago because I had bought them and I didn't want them to go bad. And I ended up eating like maybe 2 helpings of the greens and left them out overnight and had to throw them away. So yeah, so the greens went to waste. You know what? I think I might add a little pepper to this. I think I might have a red pepper. So I might chop up a pepper and throw it in there in a minute too. But yeah, I'll pick y'all back up. But this roast is gonna be good. Wait till y'all see it. I have work today. My computer just did not want to let me be great, but I finally got the vlog that is going to go up today completely edited. So I am waiting for it to upload to my desktop so then I can put it, and excuse me if I use upload and download the wrong way. They mean the same thing to me, girl. I don't know the difference, to be honest. So I'm loading it from iMovie to my desktop, and then I'll have to move it over from my desktop to YouTube. It'll definitely go up today, just not sure what time. And to be quite honest with you, during Vlogtober, I haven't really been giving myself those time limits or those time restraints because it's a lot. But my computer just didn't want to let me be great. It was like really moving slow. I would put music in and it would just take it out. But I got through it. I pushed through, and part of what got me to push through was smelling this wonderful, wonderful roast throughout the house. It is, like I said, 1 o'clock. We put this on at about 10 together, you and I, and it's doing well. Y'all want to see? Let's see. Ooh, the top of that, the lid of that crockpot ain't no joke. Look, y'all. That looks so good. So I'm getting ready to grab those. And I don't know why I'm whispering. I hope y'all been able to hear me. I think it's just that I'm wore out from that computer. But look at that. So I'm getting ready to add the vegetables. So let me grab those. And I'm going to add the potatoes. So let me wash the potatoes, grab the vegetables, and I'll pick y'all back up. Okay, so it's actually about an hour later because I kind of poked around on the roast a little bit and I didn't feel like it was quite done enough at that time to add the potatoes and everything, but we're going to add them now. So the mixed vegetables that I have, it's called, it's Member's Mark Steam and Bag from Sam's Club, but it's broccoli, Normandy, a blend of broccoli florets, cauliflower florets, orange carrots, and yellow carrots. And then we have the Member's Mark extra fine whole green beans. These are also steam and bag. And then the little red baby potatoes. And Wallace is up there on the phone call talking all loud. My husband is so loud. I think it's a Texas thing. I don't get it. And don't get offended if you're from Texas. But people in Texas talk a little loud. Y'all want to say everything is bigger in Texas? That's including your voice. So I'm also going to add another pack of our handy dandy gravy mix, because it's time for it to thicken up a little bit. So let me show y'all what we're working with right now. So there it is, still bubbling up. And so let's go ahead and add our stuff. I'm gonna add the gravy mix first so I can mix it a little bit easier, and then we'll do our veggies. Roast is done. Cannot wait to eat it, but I gotta do my cornbread. So Let's get this cornbread hopping. So I got all my ingredients out already, and so the first thing we're gonna do is get some butter and butter the bottom of this pan. And I'm just using this smaller one. I don't even know what size this one is, but it's just Wallace and I. And even though the roast will last 2 or 3 days, even if we need more cornbread than this, I'd rather make some fresh tomorrow or the next day, because cornbread does not keep very well and it's pretty easy to make. So that's why I'm using this little pan. And I told you I'm getting better with not cooking too much and wasting too much food. So got my pan all nice and buttered up, and y'all know I use the real butter, Kerrygold Irish butter, not margarine. It makes a difference in the taste of your food. It really does. And of course, this is just so it doesn't stick. All right, y'all. So my pan is buttered, and now we're gonna get with this Jiffy corn mix. But I'm gonna tell y'all, if you make it your own way, it's still homemade. So I'm gonna do 2 boxes because I like my cornbread to be kind of thick. I don't want thin cornbread. But yeah, I was in there watching some Netflix, and dang, I can't remember the name of it. But it's like this women in hip hop documentary. Because y'all know I love a good documentary or a movie if it's a real true life story. But like Queen Latifah is in it, MC Lyte, a couple of rappers I never even heard of before, of course. Because when it comes to my hip hop game, I'm kind of stuck in the 99s and the 2000s, but I still love and appreciate. And it's just good to hear those stories. Now it calls for milk, but you know I'm extra, so I'm going to do heavy whipping cream. But yeah, I got to figure out what the name of it is so I can tell y'all. I'll tell you before the end of this vlog. And it's 1/3 cup per box, so we have 2 boxes, so we're going to do more than 1/3 cup. And of course, if it don't seem right, I'll add some more. I go by the consistency. And then this is some Mexican vanilla. I'm gonna do 2 cups full of this. This is not what the box recipe calls for. This is what I do. Then we're gonna do a little allspice, ground allspice. Not much, because this is a pretty strong seasoning. And then a little Texas honey, or wherever you're from. You know it's best to consume the honey from your local state. It's better for you. It helps you with allergies and things like that. And then it's 2 eggs. Let me use this cutting board, this dirty cutting board, to crack these eggs so I don't get salmonella on my countertop. So it's 1 egg per box. Get that out the way. And then we'll start mixing this and see how it feels. That's what we go by, the feel. But you see what I mean? You make it your own and you're good. And then that butter on the pan, because some people like to use cooking spray, and I use cooking spray for certain things, especially like when I'm cooking on a grill or whatever. But when I'm dealing with things that I'm baking, I use butter, because more butter makes it more better. And you can actually taste it. And I'm also going to be putting some butter on top of this when it's done as well. All right, I'm going to add a little bit more heavy whipping cream because it's just a little too thick. And you got to be careful. That's why I like adding stuff as I go when it comes to, especially something that's a thickening agent or a thinning agent, because you can always add more if you need to, but you know what they say, you can't take it away. So the only thing I'd be able to do with this if I added too much is add another box of cornbread mix. And how do I know? Because I've done that before. You know, it's trial and error. And so you want this not to be thin like a pancake mix, like in between like a pancake mix and a cookie dough, kinda. And I just like to use heavy whipping cream when I cook. I'm not a milk person, which is weird because of course this is still dairy, it's milk-like. But yeah, I just prefer the taste of the heavy whipping cream, and it just makes it a little more dense. My kids always say my cornbread tastes like cake, and I'm fine with that. Absolutely fine with that. Use whatever's left in the measuring cup, and I think we'll be good. And I already have the oven preheating to 400, so that is going to be delightful. And how long do you leave this in? 400, 15 to 20 minutes. So we're gonna be eating in no time. I'm so excited because I'm not eating anything today. I grabbed a piece of cheese. Well, you know what? It's so funny. I have not eaten anything today except, but all I had today was a piece of cheese and a piece of salami. That's it. So I'm hungry for real. Make sure I get all of this mixed in here. I don't want my cornbread to be dry. And this measuring cup, I may not have ever had the right measurement because it has measurements on both sides and in here, and I went from the 1/3 is on this part, so it was kind of hard to see when I was pouring it in. So I may have had too little to begin with. Now we're steaming about right. I hope that is not super loud for y'all, and I'm sure it is because it's loud for me. Oh, you know what? I forgot one thing. My brown sugar. Brown sugar, baby. Wait a minute. Tried to be all Martha Stewart and have everything out here, and I still forgot that I got my brown sugar. And I'm just gonna add a pinch. Y'all know what a pinch is? That's what I just did. So I got the brown sugar. All right, here we go. Look, that's what it needed. That's why I wasn't. All right, consistency. I needed that brown sugar. And so I just like to mix it and make sure my oven is preheated. Just that there's no more like dry cornbread mix in there. So I don't have any lumps in it. And I kind of tell by sight. But yeah, I can't wait to eat this. Let me make sure y'all can see the transfer. Oops. I have not even been outside today at all. It's Sunday, so there's no mail, because that's usually my field trip on days I don't go outside. All right, get this in here on top of that good butter. I love these little rubber spatulas because you get every drip drop. Clean that bowl. We're not wasting anything. At least I'm gonna try not to. But you see how it's like not quite cake mix, not quite pancake. I don't know. But you can tell. Or you can just follow the instructions. Isn't that a novel idea? I wish y'all could smell this roast. Y'all like that, Stae? You got it? There we go. And just get it even so it'll cook even and look pretty. And I'm just going to throw this in the oven. I saw on, I don't know, some social media outlet the other day, I don't know if it was TikTok or Facebook or whatever, but someone had made cornbread in a pan about this size, but then they cut the middle out, and that's what had me craving roast, to be honest with you. But they cut the middle out, and they had the roast in the middle, some collard greens in the middle, and some mashed potatoes right in the middle of the, you know, the hole they had cut out. So it kind of looked like a deconstructed pot pie. I'm gonna try that one day, but I had to cook my greens the other day, but I'm gonna try that. All right, y'all, I'm not gonna keep banging this spatula in your ear. I'm gonna just put this in the oven, and I will pick you up when everything is done. All right, y'all, so everything is done. The cornbread is out. Look at that. So the last thing I'm going to do is, let me grab my rubber spatula again, is throw a little butter on top of this cornbread. Well, not a little, a lot of butter. I mean, this is hot out the oven, fresh out the oven. Coat this whole top like we doing some icing. See, ain't got enough on that corner. As a matter of fact, I don't waste around here. I don't care what y'all say, I don't waste. Got that butter on top, and I'm actually gonna do a little spin on what I saw on Facebook or wherever, and put this cornbread on the bottom of my bowl and put my roast right on top of my cornbread. You gonna eat your cornbread, Claude? Don't that look good, y'all? Man, I cannot tell y'all how good this house smells. Oh, and what I'm watching is called Ladies First. So it's on Netflix, and it might be old. So don't blame your girl, because you know I don't do a lot of TV. I just felt like watching something today and went on Netflix, looked at documentaries, and it came up. So don't be like, girl, that's old, that been out. Well, it's new to me, and since I am a sharer, I wanted to make sure I share it with y'all. So if you've already seen it, keep it to yourself. All right, so I am going to now get some cornbread and put it at the bottom of my bowl. Well, I gotta taste my cornbread first though, right? Let's taste it. I know it's gonna be good, but I don't wanna mix it right away, so let's taste it first. It's good. And it's not sweet like you would think. It's just a little, you know, a little something, something. Put my cornbread at the bottom of my bowl. Every time I say cornbread, I want to say, you gonna eat your cornbread, Claude? Because I told y'all, that's one of my top 5 favorite movies of life. For sure. I will watch that no matter what. Alright. This is bubbling. So I'm going to go ahead and change it to keep warm. Y'all see that? Woo! That's some good home cooking right there. Then I'm going to scoop some out. Y'all, look at that roast. Oops, ooh, splashing. I'm glad nobody was over there. And just put it on top of my cornbread. Make sure I get all that good gravy. Get some taters, some beans. Y'all, I'm so excited to eat. One more potato. Let's see, I ain't get no carrots. There's a carrot. Oh, there is a carrot in there. All right. And that is dinner. It is now 5:43. This whole process started at 10 o'clock this morning. However, it's not like I've been slaving over a stove since 10 o'clock. This is really a super simple meal. And it's something I used to make a lot back in my corporate days and when the kids were younger, because I could, let me rinse this off first, because I could put it on in the morning and just leave it on. But back then, because I was up, like I would be putting it on at like 6 in the morning and not coming home until like 6, 7 in the evening, I would put it on low all day and whip up the cornbread once I got home. And if it wasn't quite tender enough, which it usually was, I would turn it up to high while I was doing my cornbread and everything. But this was one of my go-to meals, but I never did it with my roast and everything on top of my cornbread. But yeah, I'm about to dig in. I'll let y'all know how everything was before we close out for today. But yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this little cook with me that I didn't even know in the beginning when I turned on the camera this morning that this was literally going to be like a cook with me, because again, it's Vlogtober, so my content isn't quite as scheduled as it normally is because it's every single day. But I also realize that whenever I'm doing something, y'all need to be doing it with me. So I was like, oh, I gotta cook that roast, let me go ahead and turn on the camera. But it turned into a cook with me. So hopefully you try it, or if you have a recipe like this that you already cook and you do something a little different, let your girl know in the comments. If you decide to try this, let your girl know in the comments. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and eat. Let Wallace know that dinner is done, because of course I couldn't ring the supper bell until we did all this on camera. So let me let my husband know that dinner is done, because I think all he's had today is a bowl of cereal. But I'll probably pick y'all up before bed. As a matter of fact, I'll pick y'all up tonight and let Wallace give the meal his Yelp review. I'll see y'all in a bit.
Hey everyone, I just want to let you guys know, hey, the roast was unbelievable. Bae did her thing, man. Tender, juicy, succulent, if I can use those words like that.
I don't like that word.
The roast was delicious. Trust me, I ate my share and most of your share too, so it was delicious. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for supporting my bag.
Hey, how about that cornbread?
Oh, the cornbread. Ooh, I forget about that, man. She had taken a layer of butter and slathered it across the top.
They saw.
It was so smooth, and oh man, yeah. There's a little bit left over, so that'd probably be everything will probably be gone today, but tomorrow, but it was delicious. And thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for supporting my wife, my heart. She pours a lot into this. She pours a lot into our family, and I want to just tell her right now, thank you for what you do for us, and that I love you so much. And I thank all you guys, and I love you guys for supporting her, because she really loves giving you guys content. And I thank you guys for tuning in and supporting her, and I say that means the world to me. And hey, y'all have a wonderful day. And hey, if you like the content, click subscribe and like a tribe. Always remember LYFE, love yourself first explicitly. Thank you.
We'll see y'all in the next one.
I always give away too much. It's like I've got no sense of touch. I'm always pouring out my heart, no little by little here.